That beat going crazy.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video back on the VFR 400. Today I've got a lot of bits to do today. What have we got to do today? We have the tank to have a look at. It's been about 3 days since I put the white vinegar in there, so we're gonna have a look and see what the progress is inside that. Also, I've received a couple of parts which I've been waiting for. We've got a new chain, new front and rear sprockets, and what else we got? We got the calipers. Front calipers have been rebuilt. I've received the brake pads as well for the front and some rear pads. Still need to find the rear caliper, which I need to get because I haven't got one, and a rear set. But we've got quite a few bits as well. If we get that far as getting all those bits done, then I'm going to probably pull the carbs out again, because we do have a leak. Seems like the float balls might be overflowing. So when I leave the fuel on, it's leaking into the cylinders. So probably need to check the float balls or maybe the needle and just make sure that those are sealing correctly. And then I think that's pretty much it for that. So yeah, let's have a look first at the parts that I've received, and then we'll look at the gas tank. All right guys, so here's a couple of bits. So we got the brakes. So these are the front sets, and this is the rear set. Obviously it's a single caliper on the back. So these are the front ones that I rebuilt. Guys, remember I put all the pistons back in there. That's the two of those. I've got a front sprocket. I already had put a new front sprocket on, but this one's coming in a set, so I might just replace it again and put in the one that's come with the set. So you've got a rear sprocket here, and also I've got a gold chain for it as well. Obviously I'm going to have to crimp the chain, which I did on the other bike, so I've got the tool for that, so should be able to do that. So that is that. Then we're going to turn our attention to this tank. I put this over it because it's been raining, just to make sure that the water didn't get in there. So our levels dropped a bit, probably a little bit leaking from the bottom, but we're going to look into this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it and empty it out first, and then let's see what it looks like inside. I think that's as much as I can get out from there. I'm going to take this off so I can get the rest out from here. It's a lot easier. Also, one of the reasons why I put this on was to let vinegar get down in here, because this had seized up. I've just managed to turn it, and now it is turning very easily. So that seems to have been unblocked. Well, I'm going to have a look at it properly, but it seems to be working. Oh, well, very quickly noticed that one of the bits inside here are actually broken. See if you guys can see it. There's a bit moving about in there. So I think it's just broke. So unfortunately our petcock is no good, so we're going to have to get a replacement petcock. Right, let's see. This should probably be the dirtiest part of this. Oh, look at that. All the crud is at the bottom. This was clear white vinegar. And look what's coming out of it now. You can hear all those bits of rust in here. I am going to have to hose this all out, blast it out with a hose and water. hear all that stuff in there. All right, well, let's have a quick look in there with the camera and see what it's looking like. All right, guys, I'm gonna see if I can show you what's on the camera. I'll try my best without any glare. Let's see, maybe about here, I think. Yeah, right, here we go. Okay, so this is looking good. Not bad at all compared to what we had in here. Let's look down west. Well, the worst was round down below near the petcock. Oh, look how clean that is, guys. I'm going to turn this. There's too much light getting through. Let's see if we can put it like this. It's better. Let's have a look. Alright. So this is inside. So guys, look at that. The rust is pretty much gone. So the vinegar did a great job. That was about, I'd say about 3 days I left that out here. Look how clean that tank is. So at the top here we've got a little bit, because as I said, it was the level dropped a little bit. But I did have a plan to do this again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean the tank out, and then what I will do is I'm gonna full it again all the way to the brim again and leave it for maybe another 2 days, and then that should be done. Right, guys, so I gave this thing a little rinse out, and look at this. Look how clean this has come out. It's looking great. You guys can see inside. Again, I'm going to get the camera in there again, but all this here, you can see this just needs cleaning and drying. But all this stuff here was rusty, and it's all come back new. So I'm very happy with that. Only thing I've just noticed, do have some dents on the tank here. I had knocked it over when I was putting the white vinegar in the first time. I don't know if I did that. Actually, I don't think I did, because it fell on, I think it fell on the breather and actually broke the little nipple off the top. So I think it landed on that. So it probably was already like this. I just only noticed it now that I've just given it a wash. So I'm not sure if I can get something in there and push some of these dents out. I'll probably try that first, try and see if I can get the major dents out. But then I'm probably gonna have to use body filler, because that's, you know, I haven't got the ability to do any panel beating and all that stuff. I don't know how to do that stuff, and I haven't got materials or the tools to do it. But I will try to see if I can push some of it out. I think what I'm going to do actually now is I am actually going to do some work on this. Now that I know that it's salvageable, I'm going to get the sander out, and let's strip some of this back, and let's see what this thing looks like. Right, so let's try and get in there again, see if you guys can see. So you can see down there, that's just some dirty water in there, but look how clean that is. As I said, most of the rust was down here. Yeah, it looks really good, so I am happy with this. I'm gonna prep this now, do some sanding and prep it, and I will end up doing one more treatment before I seal it. Right guys, as you saw, I've spent a lot of time on this sanding. I've sanded pretty much the front of it. I'm soon gonna see if I can deal with those dents. I've done a quick rough sand underneath. Underneath is going to be painted obviously, but it's not going to be, you know, as much detail as the top obviously. So but we need to protect it with some paint, because you can see what the lack of protection has done. It's been quite a bit of rust under there. I've actually got a rust converter that I'm going to use on these areas. But the worst part is we have a hole, and I've checked it. It does go straight into the tank. So unfortunately my tank needs repairing, so I can get it repaired. So I'm going to continue with this and get this primed up, and then we're going to have to come back to repair that hole. That's the only place. For some reason it was rusting here quite bad. I've cleaned it all back. All this metal is very good. It was just a hole there, and I just opened up the hole. So I'm going to have to get that repaired unfortunately. But what I'm going to do now is clean it up. I'm going to hit all these rust spots with some rust converter, and then I'll let that dry. And then I'm going to hit all the bare metal areas with some zinc primer, and then we'll attempt to sort out the dent. So this is stuff I'm going to be using. I used this when I was doing the rust spots on the subframe. It's really, really good stuff. So what happens is when it starts reacting against the rust, it turns purple, and that's when you know that it sort of converts to rust, and it will stop it from continuing to rust. It's sort of clear. Almost looks like a lacquer. So I'm just hitting any areas that have any rust on it. Make sure I don't miss any spots. Yeah, any little crevices where rust could be hiding, just make sure with it all in these little seams here as well. I think that should be it. So it says 15 minutes between coats. It says give it a couple of light coats, but I gave it quite heavy coats, so I'll probably leave it for about half an hour. Right guys, so I've just, as you guys can see how the rust is changing purple. It's touch dry now, but while that's drying completely, I've just used some thinners and cleaned the tank, and I'm going to hit all the bare metal areas with some etch primer. I'm just warming up the metal. It's a bit cold out here. Time to do the other side now. Looks good. Alright guys, here we go. So yeah, it's looking good. As you guys can see, that's the etch primer. I am going to hit the whole thing with filler primer as well, and then obviously I'm going to sand it down, sand it and wet and dry or whatever, and then it will get its paint base coat. So you can see the hole here better now. So I've actually just ordered online a JB Well designed for petrol tanks. So apparently it's really good. So I'm going to get it. I've ordered it. It should come Wednesday, I think, another day or two, and I'm going to patch it with that, and then we'll see how it goes. But apparently it has good results. A lot of people use it for petrol tanks. I don't have welding equipment, so I think that's what I'm going to have to go with that, and obviously then I will paint it and all that. So let this dry for a little bit, probably 20 minutes, and then we're going to go for the filler primer. So this is what it's looking like after one coat of filler primer. It's not looking bad at all. So I will be able to sand this primer down. I'm going to build it up the coats, probably give it about 3 coats. So a little bit of filling to do. I've got a little ding in the corner here, and then I've got that larger dents here, or 2 sort of dents in this area. So I'm going to have to use some 2-part filler here sand it down. But otherwise, this tank is looking really good. Massive transformation. If you look up closely, you can see some sort of sanding lines still in it, because I used 60 grades of sandpaper, so it was quite harsh. But once this is dry, then I can sand the primer down with probably a 400 grit or something like that, and that will be smooth enough for the base coat. Alright guys, so that is it for today. This is where I'm going to stop. As you guys can see, it's all nice and primed. I don't have any body filler, so I can't do the filling today, so I'll get some of that, and the next job will be to do to fill this, and then sort out that hole on the other side, and then this tank is basically ready for paint. So guys, I'm going to end this one here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I think the progress is coming along well. It's looking good. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. Also, please subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Thanks for watching.
Going crazy.